Hey there, it's Highland. I'm here with my friend Blake, and we just did an outreach here in Bloomington, which is a suburb of Minneapolis. We only had like a few minutes because we had one more teammate who had to get to something really soon, and so we just went out. We're like, okay, we're just going to hit a couple places. And the first place that we went to was actually a gas station that we had visited before, and I'll let Blake tell you about that experience.
Yeah, so we went into a gas station, and I had gone to the store with one of the other students. And when we got to the cash register, we recognized some people that we had saw there before from our last time out. And I had tried to connect with him, but I noticed somebody else that was new there. His name was Sean, and he had a lot of really cool tattoos. We started talking, and he was a trade school student, and he had one tattoo that was like very cool, and there was a bunch of eyes on it and everything. And I was like, what is this from? And he said it's from an anime. And I'm like, what's the anime's name? And he said it's from an anime called Demon Slayer. And I'm like, you know who the best Demon Slayer is? Jesus. And so after that, it opened up an opportunity to ask about, did he grow up in a religious family? What is his religious life like now? I shared my testimony with him and told him how I had experienced Jesus through 2 overdoses and saw him. And then after that, he seemed really open to hearing more. And I shared with him how Jesus is offering us eternal life that starts not just when we die, but we get it the day that we believe in him. Yep. And then I asked him, do you want to receive this? He's like, I'm not sure I want to receive this. And so, but he didn't say it like in a rejecting way. He said it in really like, I want to know more, but I want to hear more about this. And so I said, well, can I be praying for you? He said, please pray for my studies. And I said, I'll also pray for you to come to know God. And then I ran to the car, and Highland had a Bible. And so we got a Bible and we gave it to him. And I said, Merry Christmas. And he received it.
We went on to a dollar store right after that, and it was kind of like, okay, just a few more minutes to try and talk with someone. So we walked into the store, and we were just kind of standing off to the side and overheard two of the employees talking, and the one guy was talking with the other lady about God and just some very overt things about she's been through a lot of suffering and stuff, but like God isn't trying to punish you for this, and you just need to cry out to him and stuff. And Blake and I and our other teammate were kind of looking at each other like, well, that's an easy in. So we went and talked with her, and she's just been through a lot of hard stuff. She's moved 9 times in the last couple of years. Her fiance died of an overdose. She's back down into Minneapolis or the Twin Cities area from a northern Minnesota town that had a lot of drug problems there. And she's in a lot of pain. And we just really got to speak to her and say, you know, Jesus suffered also, and it wasn't because he did anything wrong. Like, we just go through these things because we have a world where suffering is a part of what every person goes through. And really talking with her about how God will be there with you and you can invite him in. We talked about just religiosity versus actually having a relationship with God, because she grew up with the church, but, you know, didn't really have that close sense with the Lord. And that was something she really identified with us. She's like, you guys are so nice. You're smiling and everything. And so that's why we got to talk with her about having joy, because we have a relationship with God and not just a religious experience. So we finally gave her the card of a colleague of ours who is a professor here at the Missions College and is starting up a house church, and said, please call this woman, because she loves the Lord. She will love you, and you'll get connected with other people who also love God and will love you. So that was all in the span of like probably a half hour, I think. We didn't even have that much time tonight, but it was just amazing to see God work. And especially one of the things we prayed at the beginning was just that God would open up the harvest field, because in Matthew 9 he says the harvest is plentiful, but the workers are few. And for a half hour to see that happen, like, God answered that prayer. So I hope this is an encouragement to you guys. And, you know, this is something literally anyone can do. But you can be a part of it, but you can also celebrate what God has done tonight, because he's alive and he's moving. And we'll be back soon to share with you more about what Jesus is doing here in our city.
Yes.